This year, Project Tiger, the conservation program to protect our national animal, turns 50 years old. Now, I'm quite sure you didn't know about that, but to celebrate the golden jubilee of what is effectively the most successful tiger protection program in the world, I'm heading out with the Hyundai Exter to one of the most famous national parks in India, the Mudumalai Tiger Reserve in Tamil Nadu.
Every year, Hyundai's Great India Drive gives us an opportunity to do more than just drive a new car. It's an opportunity for us to explore our country and see it in a new light and tell you a lot more than what the car is like to drive. But this year, for its 7th iteration, the Great India Drive is also helping us learn something new about our national animal, the tiger, a topic of immense pride to everyone. Now you might be wondering, why am I going on a jungle safari in the Exter and not something bigger? But fact is, this is a great set of wheels to explore new places and basically add more life to your ears rather than the other way around, because as a small and compact SUV, the Exter refuses to be confined to concrete jungles. Effectively, the Exter is a younger sibling to a long list of best-selling SUVs from Hyundai like the Venue, Creta, Alcazar and Tucson, which speaks volumes about the lineage it boasts. It also looks the part as its sharp lines and silhouette are typical of SUVs and clear the air about its positioning rather well. The Exter does not skimp on the rugged look and feel of an SUV either, thanks to its tall stance, 185mm of ground clearance and also the 4 skid plates at both ends. I also like the distinctive design elements like the grille design and edge pattern DRLs at the front and also on the tail lamps, besides the gloss black applique at the rear. The Exter's interiors offer a welcoming feel too, thanks to the high quality of plastics inside, the textures and overall layout of the dashboard, and a set of seats that look premium and are very supportive as well. I'm also impressed by how well space has been managed inside the cabin, as the Exter feels very spacious despite its compact exterior dimensions. Not just that, the Exter is also loaded to the gills with features, and in fact, it's one of the most feature-rich vehicles at its price point, and that's definitely one of its highlights as an SUV for younger car buyers. The fully digital instrument cluster and 8-inch touchscreen are a nod to the Exter's premium equipment levels, and so is its electric sunroof and the inbuilt navigation onboard. Not just that, the Exter is also high on the safety quotient, as you get 6 airbags as standard, along with features like electronic stability control and vehicle stability management, along with tire pressure monitoring, a rear view camera with dynamic guidelines, 3-point seat belts for all occupants, and also a factory fitted dash cam with full HD front and rear cameras. Now this is a feature list you would only expect in SUVs at least a segment above, wouldn't you?
Mudumalai literally translates to ancient forest on top of a mountain, and I think that holds true in the case of this national park because it sits at over 3,000 feet above sea level. And that means that the dense forests here are complemented really well by weather conditions that are cool and very pleasant.
Mudumalai is also one of the biggest tiger reserves in India and is home to an estimated 162 tigers, which is a big number for a single tiger reserve. What's also worth noting is that while it was declared as a tiger reserve under Project Tiger only in 2007, the Mudumalai Wildlife Sanctuary was established in 1940, and the forest region here has had the Mudumalai name for over 150 years now. We then drove across the Doda Betta Peak, which has you drive on the highest motorable road in South India. Now when you talk about highest motorable roads, it's the mountain passes in the Himalayas that come to mind first. But the Doda Betta Peak Road sits at over 8,500 feet above mean sea level, and the Exter seemed perfectly at ease being driven there, far away from what most would assume its natural habitat, the urban jungle. Another highlight about the Exter has to be its powertrain, because the 1.2-litre petrol engine under its hood is peppy and responsive, and it offers good grunt at low revs, and these are just some of the factors that are helping in making it a compact SUV that's also fun to drive. The engine's free revving nature added to the joy of driving the Exter enthusiastically through the hills. What's more, while the Exter is available with the option of an AMT that also gets paddle shifters, which is an industry first, this time I was driving the manual version of the Exter that has the engine mated to a slick shifting 5-speed gearbox with a light clutch pedal. And together, this engine gearbox combination was not only helping me make rapid progress through the hills, it was also helping me enjoy my time behind the wheel.
I'm on the outskirts of Ooty now, which is one of the most popular hill stations in South India and a place that's known for its toy train, local homemade chocolates and the boarding schools as well. And in a way, Ooty is to South India what Shimla is perhaps to the north, and that should give you an idea about its popularity and the natural beauty as well.
The picturesque tea estates were adding to the joy of being closer to nature even before we got to the tiger reserve, while the weather was an absolute delight too, given the nip in the air. But keen on heading to Mudumalai, I decided not to spend too much time in Ooty. Okay, it's now time to tackle the famous hairpin bend between Kalati and Mudumalai. It's a steep downhill section. There's 36 hairpin bends and the roads are narrow. But with its compact dimensions and this light steering, I'm confident the Exter will be a lot of fun here. The Exter's small footprint on the road was helping indeed. More importantly, I was liking the fact that the SUV suspension was offering a lot of confidence around the hairpins and was also soaking up potholes and undulations on the narrow country roads with great ease, adding to the Exter's likable road manners and ease of driving as a compact SUV. We're now entering the tiger reserve and it's now time to see if I get lucky and if I can spot a tiger, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. This is the part that I was looking forward to the most. I was able to spot wild animals along the highway itself, like a few throngs of deer who were busy grazing and did not seem to get disturbed by the cars going past barely a few meters away. The Exter was feeling perfectly at home inside the tiger reserve too, especially with its compact footprint and 185mm of ground clearance. And once on the safari, in the dedicated vehicle inside the national park, I was keenly looking forward to spotting more animals. I managed to spot various wild animals including an Indian bison, a sloth bear, some hyenas and lots of Indian langurs, but not the tiger. We were told a tigress had been seen just a couple of days ago, but all I managed to spot was its pug mark on the wet soil. The big cat had eluded me, but that did not take away the joy of having driven to the Mudumalai National Park in the Hyundai Exter.
Last year, the Great India Drive had me take the Hyundai Tucson to one of the most dangerous roads in the world and came with that heavy dose of adventure in that sense. But this time around things have been different because the Great India Drive has proved to be a lot more educational because I've learned a lot about tigers and definitely learned a lot about all the efforts being put in to protect them and increase their population because being the national animal, tigers are a matter of national pride after all. Unfortunately, I did not get lucky enough to spot a tiger today and I guess I'll have to come back for a few more safaris to spot this magnificent animal. But for now, I guess I'll get back to driving the capable little SUV that the Hyundai Exter is and spend some more time behind its wheel.